A lot of people always asking me, Frog, did you ever see yourself going to prison? Did you know you was gonna land there? Come on now. I know the lifestyle I live. I know what I was doing, the situations I was in and out of. So what you think?
Haha, I'm the best. Finna be this way till I EOS. Take it how you want, nigga. Yeah, I'm a pro. Fuck around and bust your lot while you're at Vizzo. I hate to be this way, but I live for the moment. Waking up every day, show me an opponent. Shanks on deck, hitting bitch with a lock. So much pool, I can even start you from the box. You don't wanna pay rent, got me bent. Got lax on deck, your money was well spent. Vultures on the prowl, so don't try testing. Step 2, cause violent first steps finessing. You a hold down man, suitcase this. My cell phone and my charger don't walk with a limp. Get it knocked off or missing, you gon' get it. Next time I see your ass, you gon' leave airlifted.
What's up, y'all? You already know, man. Kfrogtv back in the building. Y'all go ahead and do me that solid favor. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And make sure you hit the notification bell so you can see it first. Welcome back to the channel. I want to tell everybody I appreciate y'all tuning in and rocking with me. For this one here, I'm going to be letting y'all know if I knew I was going to prison. If I felt like I was ever going to land there. Because a lot of people be asking me, Frog, did you ever feel like you was going to go to prison? Did you know you were going to lead to that? And yes, I did. You feel me? Because I was truly out here getting into stuff. I was truly on the scene. You understand? A lot of people, you know, that try to be 1 foot in, 1 foot out, you know, they kind of have that doubt in their mind if they're ever going to land in prison. Maybe I can, you know, slither my way and get away with it a little bit because I'm not truly in the streets like that. You feel me? I might do a little bit of dirt and then get out, you know? Or I might try to avoid as much as I can. But the way I grew up, the people I grew up around, and the type of lifestyle and shit and environment that we was actually, you know, in at the time, shaking the institution is hard, literally. Growing up, a lot of people were older than me that I hung out with, okay? And majority of them had already been to prison. You know, like there wasn't that many people that I can consider a role model or someone that I looked up to or someone older that I could go to for advice that hadn't been to prison already. You see what I'm saying? So it was kind of like that cycle, you know. It was like, okay, it's the younger generation's turn to wear them boots now. You feel me? That's basically how it is. So I knew eventually I was going to land in prison. You know, always had that doubt in my mind, you know, that no matter how good I try to make it, eventually institution is something that I am going to see. All right, you hear it from everybody. Every time the cops would harass me when I was younger, they'd always tell me they're going to put me in prison when I get older. Getting in trouble in school and shit. You got the teachers saying, oh, I'm trying to keep you in here to get your education so you don't land in prison when you're older. You know, you hear so much of it when you're younger that in the back of your mind, if you're truly out there and you're truly active in them streets, then you're going to know what comes with thugging it, okay? Because going to prison is what comes with thugging it. Literally. Now, not saying that you can't get away with things because I'm not the only one, but I'm pretty sure more than half of the world done got away with more things than they've gotten caught for. You understand? And sometimes you get caught for shit that you didn't expect to get caught on, and sometimes you actually get locked up for some shit you didn't do. You know, and it could be because of all the things you've actually gotten away with. You know what I'm saying? But me, personally, I knew I was eventually going to go to prison. When I was younger, I landed in the detention center. After the detention center, I landed in the damn juvenile program. Then from there, county jail to prison. It's kind of like how everybody goes from elementary school, middle school, high school, college. Same shit, you know what I'm saying? Just a different, you know, type of education. And if you truly, you know, want to change your life, you can. You know, it sucks that I had to go to prison in order to learn how to maneuver better, you know. Now, I always been the one that would get away with a lot more shit than I get caught for. But at the same time, when you got so many things going on and so much shit going down in your environment around you all the time, you know, it ain't like you got a pen and pad and you're writing down every single thing that you got to remember to not get caught on. You know, you're living that fast life. You know, that money coming in, you get what I'm saying? There's so many altercations, so many fights, so many shootings, so many brawls, no matter what you want to call it. There's so much things going on that you know if you don't get away from this type of shit at a young age, you're going to adapt to it. And once you adapt to it, these same things that will lead you to go to prison, you're not going to catch on to as much because this is a lifestyle for you. You see what I'm saying? And me, I learned at a young age by getting locked up at a young age. But it was never in my mind to shake it because I love where I'm from. I love the people I grew up with. I love the people in my neighborhood. And I love the shit that I grew up learning. You understand? So at the end of the day, you don't feel like you're doing nothing wrong. You're doing what you was taught, what you grew up to see, what your mind knows to lock in as the right way to be from where you're from. You see what I'm saying? So the more and more you get into it, the more and more you feel, accomplished and accepted in that environment. And the more and more you feel like you're doing what you're supposed to do. You feel me? If someone grows up on this side of the earth and they're not supposed to eat corn, it's against their religion or something. You feel me? Just using it as an example. But say you weren't supposed to eat corn over there. You feel me? The more and more you don't eat corn and the more and more you eat other things than corn, the more you're going to feel like the farther you are away from being one of the people that eat corn. You understand? It might be that, for someone over there. But then on the other side, it might be the total opposite. You see? Me, I knew the way that I was going, where I was going to land. And it sucks because when I was young, I had a couple warrant outs for my arrest at certain times. I've been on the run a couple times. And the way that I learned at a young age was, if you ain't got nothing going on for yourself at that time that you have a warrant, you might as well go ahead and get that shit over with. Straight up. And I used to always tell myself that. Like, if I ain't got nothing going on other than hanging out with my dogs, getting drunk, fucking females, and that shit like that, bruh, making money a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Then, man, I'm like, man, I might as well go ahead and get this shit over with. Because what if they run down on you and they catch you after you done built something and got something serious going on for yourself? What if you fall in love? What if you have a baby? What if you get married? What if you buy a house? What if you you start your own job, like your own company? Or, what if you have so many things in the making going good that by the time they catch you, everything that you just built up, you just lost. Now it's all going to crumble. You see what I'm saying? So if you ever got a warrant out for your arrest and your ass ain't got shit going on and you're just there just doing dead time, being on the run for no reason, you got to think about it. Is it better to get that shit over with now? Or you want them to catch you on the flip side. You feel me? And as much as, people will try to always doubt in the back of their mind that they ain't never going to go to prison. They'll always get away with it. A lot of that shit be lies. A lot of that shit be bullshit. You feel me? And I know how it is when you're younger and you got so many people doubting you and throwing that negative energy at you, telling you, oh, you gonna land in prison when you're older. I guarantee you going to prison and all this different shit. As more they throw it at you like that, the more in your mind you want to doubt and be against what they're saying. Because you want to prove them older people wrong, right? That's what it is. You feel me? I'll never forget when I was in the county jail. I was in black and white max custody. And the school that I went to when I was younger was South Area Alternative, you feel me? Which was actually a school where you get kicked out of regular school, you can go to this one, you feel me? And it was in Hollandale, you feel me? But our teachers, a lot of them were plugged in with BSO, Broward Sheriff's Office, you feel me? I was in one side of that school at first called Leadership Academy, which was the boot camp side. We had to wear army clothes, march, all that shit. Had a canteen with water in it. Literally we had to learn everything. How to about face, how to do push-ups, jump the wall. They had an obstacle course, all this shit. I got put straight in boot camp from 5th grade. My first year in middle school, I wasn't allowed to go to any other school. I got sent straight to South Area Alternative. Okay? Now, our teachers in there were drill instructors. You feel me? Which they used to always tell us what it was like. They used to work in prisons and, they'll see us in prison one day and, try to scare us straight. You feel me? So, one year when I was finally an adult and I was in black and white max custody in the main jail, I'll never forget, I seen one of my old teachers. He was now working at the county jail again, you feel me? I seen him, I was on the 7th floor, max custody, and I seen him, he was transporting an inmate. And I went up to the glass and went to bang and boom, 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 just so he could see me. And that boy, he looked at me and he goes, I told you you'd be in here. I told you you'd be in here for murder. He's like, who'd he kill? Who'd he kill? He goes asking the officer who runs our quad, who'd he kill? Because I was in max custody where all the people that catch serious charges and shit are. You feel me? I told you you'd be in here. You feel me? He made like a joke of it. And that always stuck in the back of my mind, because when I was younger and I was in school and he would be yelling at us, you know what I'm saying? He'd be making us do push-ups and all this different shit. He used to tell us that if we don't get it right here, right now, that down the line we're going to fuck up in life. You feel me? And land in prison, because I was one of them people that was capable of doing some illegal shit. You understand? And this was coming from me at a young age. You understand? Like, getting into shit on a day-to-day basis in my neighborhood, and then going to school like nothing happened. Everyone else coming to school and stuff, you know, and probably I'd say 85% of them ain't going through the type of shit that I'm going through when I'm outside of school. And this was me at a young age. You get what I'm saying? And that fast life, that crime life, that shit gonna catch up to you eventually. You know, it don't matter if you get away with it for 10 years. Eventually, them 10 years, you know, start weighing you down. And, you know, you can't really swim with no concrete shoes on, you feel me? So it's like the more and more shit you do, the more and more that's on your plate, and the heavier and heavier and heavier that the shoes you walking in become. You know, so when I first landed going to jail, it was never nothing new. You know, it was something that I expected to happen. It was just like I was living out what I knew was coming. You feel me? So when people be asking me in my comment section, did I ever think that I would go to prison? Yes, I did. I did. I already knew, because no matter how many people I seen go to prison, no matter the bad stories I heard, no matter how many people I'd known that passed away in prison. When I was younger, I had a couple homeboys that went to prison and never came home. You know, no matter the stories I hear from parents, no matter what I learned from officers yelling at me or teachers yelling at me, none of that shit. I knew that I had to find out myself what it was. For real. I knew that no matter how many people would try to guide me in the right direction, in the back of my mind, I always felt like the wrong thing to do was the right thing for me to do. You see what I'm saying? That's why I never ever really cared what anybody would say. You feel me? That's also why when I was younger and I was in these schools that you're only supposed to go to for like 90 days if you stay out of trouble, I was there for like 3-4 years because I didn't stay out of trouble even in a troubled school. You see, most people will come to schools like that and they'll straighten up so they can go back to their public school. I didn't. I go to that school and this is where it is now. Shit, I felt like I wasn't the problem. This was me. You know, I'm not going to fake it here, you know, to make it out to go back to the other public school, because I know I'm going to come right back to this place. Straight up, I can't fake the way I am, the trouble that I get into, and the things that I want to do, and what the future holds. I can't fake it to get to all that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why even pretend? I might as well just stay here and be who I truly am. And that's how it was. You feel me? So when prison was actually at my doorstep, and I knew I'm going to prison, it was kind of like, it was a bad thing, you know, knowing I was going to prison, you feel me? But it was the perfect timing to go, you understand? And what I mean by that is, if I would have went any earlier, I wouldn't have been out here when my dad was alive, you feel me? So I went like after my dad passed away, I got set up and went to prison. I didn't have shit going on for myself at all, you feel me? It couldn't have got any more perfect timing than that. It was just bad timing because it was literally right after my dad passed. But at the end of the day, I didn't have no responsibilities. I didn't have shit to worry about, things to look forward to, none of that. Yeah, I had a son on the streets, you feel me? But he was taken care of while I was gone. You know what I'm saying? And now I have a bunch of shit going on for myself. You feel me? I am the support system. I am the backbone of a lot of things. You feel me? So that's why now I'm glad I got it all over with. You feel me? And I shook out of it. You feel me? Like I say in a lot of videos, if it's in you, it's in you. It ain't saying that you'll never go back to prison again, because anybody can go to prison. People that never been to prison, that don't deserve to go to prison every once in a while. You feel me? So it's not like, oh, well, he done went to prison now, you know, he'll never go again. You never know what the future holds, you feel me? But I know that I got more things going on now than I did back then, you feel me? And once that shit was at my doorstep and it was time to go, a part of me knew you already know you were going there. Straight up. And it used to eat me up in my head at night, you feel me, while I was waiting to be sentenced to go to prison. You feel me? Because when you're in there, you got so many people that are trying so hard not to go to prison. You know, like people fucking sell their soul, bro. They're telling their own mama not to go to prison, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you hear so many people and you just sit back and you observe and you see everybody going to court, everybody coming back with them green papers. That means they got sentenced when they got the green ones. You feel me? Everybody coming back and shit like that. You peep, you're like, okay, they finally, you know, got what they wanted off their chest. But it's like the more and more you try to get out of it, take probation, take a little bit of county time, take community control, community service hours. You know, the more and more you go through this and shit like that and try to postpone from going to prison, the actual closer you are coming to going to prison if you get in trouble again. You feel me? So it's like, if you go to prison 5-6 times, right, you already been to prison, you know what it's like. So going to prison isn't that hard. Now, if you go to the county jail 5-6 times and you ain't never been to prison, and you just keep on getting away with county time somehow, probation some way, however it is, when you eventually get caught up on a charge, if you still out there getting into shit and you still out there living by that code and you in them streets and you thugging it and you still playing with your freedom out there like that, you're bringing yourself closer to your next time you get caught, you'll be going to prison. You feel me? And you never know what you got going on, you know, at that time as far as how you make your money, what you got set up on the streets. You feel me? So it's like, if you're going to go to the county jail again, if you feel like you're not going to change when you get out on probation, or you're not going to change once you get back out of the county again after doing this 364 in there, what's the point of taking the county time? You think about it. You feel me? There's no point, because you would have went to prison the first time and would have got like 27 months. But now since you done took the county time, took the probation and did all this shit, and you ain't came back to jail for a couple years, you know, you were still out there on the streets doing absolutely nothing. Just getting crunk, hanging out, fucking hoes, and just chilling in the neighborhood and shit like that, just to laugh and kiki that you've been in the county and that you're back out and now you got it all figured out and shit like that. That was all just dead time right there. And now when you get caught up in the long run on some other shit, them points added up from all the other times that you went in, all them priors that you have on your record now, man, they gonna try to ban you. Pap, now you're not getting less than 5. You see? But you could have did the 27 months when you ain't have shit going on, and you would have got it knocked out, and then with good time and gain time, you would have been out in probably less than 2 years, and then boom, them priors, them points would have been shaved down. They're not as many points as they are now because you never actually went up the road for them. You feel me? So when I used to be in the county jail and I'd sit back, and like I said, I was in black and white, max custody. You feel me? So when I would sit back and I would observe all these people trying so hard to get out, it would just click, 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 click over and over again in my mind that when you look at these people and you hang out with these people and you know these people from playing cards with them and, you know, chess and dominoes and all this different shit, you start to learn them. You can tell if they're going to give this lifestyle up. And they're not. Everybody wants to claim they'll give the lifestyle up when they're, you know, trying to get out. Everybody wants to go to Bible study and pick up that Bible when they're locked up because they want to swear they're going to change when they get out. You feel me? But barely anybody ever really does. You see what I'm saying? So when I used to see all these people trying so hard to not go to prison, a part of me knew, like, in the back of my mind, it was like, I already been known that I was going to eventually go to prison. I knew I was going to prison before I even went. You understand? And it's just because I knew as many times as I've been to the county jail, okay, I knew that no matter how many times I got off, I'd go right back to the same shit. But I was different though, even on probation, even with community service hours. And I was always trying to wheel and always getting into shit even while on probation. You know what I'm saying? I was on probation. I had a 6-year probation. And literally, I was only on probation 1 day a month to me. And that's when I went and checked in and did my piss test. I violated every single way possible while on probation except for a dirty urine. I've never violated with a dirty urine because the drug route ain't never really been my stilo. You feel me? But I'm talking about I done violated with a new felony. I violated with a new misdemeanor. I violated due to the address. I violated due to restitution. I violated for getting a charge dropped. You feel me? Like, caught a charge and then dropped the charge. See, like, there's so many different ways that I violated that I knew I was never going to shake the lifestyle that I grew up in. And I already knew at a young age from so many people doubting me and throwing it at me that I was going to go to prison. It was kind of like in the back of my mind when they would say that shit, instead of me trying to prove them wrong, in the back of my mind I was like, so what? And so what if I go to prison? It is what it is. I'm still who I am. You feel me? And I know it's kind of tough to shake what you're used to. You feel me? Like me, I was used to always hanging out with people. I wanted to be the one on the scene. Shit goes down, I want to be the one that gets involved. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of the people that want to sit back and watch that shit go down. Nah, bro, I want to get my hands on it. You feel me? The only way you're going to learn how to truly do something is by getting your hands on it. You could watch someone do it for the longest. You could sit there and pay attention and watch it, but it still ain't the same experiences when you get your own hands on it. You feel me? So, to answer y'all's question that I get a lot of times, I feel like in my last, I'd say 20 videos, my last 20 videos, I've had at least 4 people in each one of my videos leave in the comment section, did you ever think you were going to prison? Were you shocked when you were going to prison? Did you ever see yourself going to prison? And my answer is yes. I did see myself going to prison because I didn't care. You feel me? If I were to sit here and tell y'all a lot of the shit that I've been through at a young age and a lot of shit that I went through before prison, y'all would be like, oh yeah, he definitely knew he was going to prison. Because there's no way you can live the way that I lived without prison in your mind. You feel me? A lot of people mess up and they end up telling. They end up becoming a rat and a snitch because they'll want to live that life, but they don't think ahead. You know the saying, chestnut checkers. They don't think if they get caught. They don't think of what comes with getting caught. So then when they swear they're a full, you know, savage and they really out there living that life and they really want to get into shit and they really want to be on the scene and they bout whatever, then all of a sudden when they put them cuffs on, them boys go to singing. You feel me? They didn't think about if they get caught. No, I used to think of all that shit. I used to think, okay, I get caught with this shit, boom. I ain't never been to prison yet, so this carries this many points. I was ahead of everything. I used to think, even though I broke the rules and broke the law and would go to prison, I was never a dumb criminal. You understand? I already knew what I was getting myself into. For real. And at the end of the day, don't live in doubt. Don't live like, man, if you know your ass is out there 24/7, boy, thugging it, like I said, the chain gang comes with thugging it. If you know you ain't gonna change, you can't thug it for so long. You know what I'm saying? And I remember when I was younger, this one bitch I had a crush on for the longest. I had pulled her one time, y'all, right? I pulled her, feel me, she was my bitch for a couple weeks, and then I ended up getting locked up. I lost her. I got out, boom, got her back. Locked up again. Lost her. Got out, thought I could snatch her again. You know what she told me? Being a thug is only cute so long. You feel me? And I never got her back again. You see? So once you already know what it is that you're going through. You already know how you're living. If your ass ain't gonna change how you're living, then you best believe they got a spot for you inside that prison system. Literally. You ain't gonna get away with it forever. I don't care who you are. You're not gonna get away with it forever. Straight up. It isn't about who makes the most money. It's about who can stay out here the longest. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it goes. You feel me? The more and more shit that you do get away with, trust me, the more and more shit that's going to be on your plate and things that you forget about. People tell, people tell the police shit and different things. The police know who you are. All this stuff is going to just build up. And then when you eventually do take the fall and you eventually do go down, it's going to be a bigger sentence than it would have been if you would have just got that shit over with and learned from your mistakes. You feel me? So to answer y'all's question, yes, I did know I was going to eventually land in prison. You feel me? I'm only human. At the end of the day, do I regret going to prison? Nah, I don't. I don't regret shit in life. Straight up. If I ever did something, I did it for a reason. If I robbed someone, I robbed them because I needed money. You know what I'm saying? For real. That's simple. If I beat someone up, I beat them up because they disrespected me or I needed to beat them up for something. I don't live in no regrets over anything. There isn't one thing in the world that I regret other than probably who I had kids with. You feel me? That's about it. But anyways, y'all, I'm going to wrap this video on up. I appreciate y'all watching. I already know that. Make sure y'all hit that like button on the way out if you didn't hit it when you first came in. Drop in the comment section for anybody that's ever been to prison that's watching this. Y'all drop in the comment section and let me know, did you know that you were eventually going to go to prison? And if you're someone that's out there living that lifestyle and you ain't been there yet, but you're truly in them streets all the time and your ass just don't want to learn, you don't want to take nobody's advice, and you just constantly find yourself in the middle of getting into trouble, you put in the comment section also. And be honest with yourself and be honest with everybody that's reading these comments. Do you yourself see yourself going to prison? Do you feel like you're on that road to going up the road? You feel me? But alright, y'all already know, man, keep them rat squares, clowns, chomos, pedos, gunners, wannabe island boys, people with them fake golds, clowns, clout chasers with no content, keep them all out your circle. And until next time, this is the one and only Frog.